I'm a 28-year-old guy, a software engineer. My brain just works on logic. For 2 years, I was with my now ex-girlfriend, and I thought we were the perfect equation. 6 months ago, we took the next logical step and bought a condo together. It was a huge deal for me. I put down 80% of the down payment, a massive chunk of my life savings. She put down 20%. We were both on the title, both on the mortgage. It felt solid. Lately, though, the equation wasn't adding up. Her girls' nights started getting more and more frequent, always with her 2 single friends. At first, whatever, I'm not a jealous guy. But then the night started ending at 4 a.m. She'd come home wasted from clubs that are basically hookup spots, smelling like cheap booze and some other dude's cologne. Last month, I finally brought it up. I was gentle, I thought. I said, "Hey, I'm not trying to be a warden, but it makes me really uncomfortable when you're out that late at those kind of places. I worry about you." Her whole vibe changed. The smile vanished. "Are you kidding me? You're trying to control me? They're my friends. I'm allowed to have fun." I tried to explain. It's not about control. It's about respecting us. Those places have a reputation. It just feels disrespectful to our relationship. That's when she hit me with the line that started all this. "If you don't like me to clubs with my single friends, you're controlling." It was a shutdown, a complete, no discussion allowed accusation. She had a golden ticket to do whatever she wanted, and if I had a problem with it, I was the bad guy. Something inside me just clicked. It wasn't anger. It was this cold, weird clarity. This wasn't an argument. It was a tactic. So I just smiled, calmly. "You're right," I said. "I'm sorry." You could see the smug satisfaction wash over her face. She thought she'd won, put me back in my box. She even gave me this condescending pat on the cheek and said, "I'm glad you understand," before heading off to get ready for another wild night. The second she was in the shower, I opened my laptop and went straight to the most popular dating app. I made a profile. For the pictures, I used our best photos from our last vacation, the ones where we looked blissfully happy. And in every single one, I just cropped her out. All you could see was me, smiling next to a disembodied shoulder or the back of a woman's head. My bio was simple. Looking for a partner who understands that a relationship is a partnership, not a prison. Must enjoy quiet nights in and mutual respect. If you think boundaries are a form of control, please swipe left. I set the search radius to 5 miles. Her friends were always on that app. I knew it was only a matter of time. It took 2 days. I was on a work call when she stormed into my home office, her face furious, and slammed her phone on my desk. My dating profile was on the screen. "What is this?" she screamed. I calmly looked from her phone back to her face. "Looks like a dating profile to me. You used our pictures. Everyone is sending this to me. My friends think you're a monster who's cheating on me. Am I asked, keeping my voice even. "Or am I just a guy embracing the single life you seem to be enjoying? You said my desire for boundaries was controlling. I figured I should just stop being so controlling." She was sputtering, completely short-circuiting. The hypocrisy was too much for her brain to handle. But we live together. We're in a relationship. You can't do this." I leaned forward. So there are boundaries you're okay with. Interesting." That look on her face. It was the dawn of a horrible realization. Her own logic had been turned on her, and she was trapped. She finally understood boundaries now that they were inconveniencing her. But it didn't lead to an apology. It led to war. Her dad called me the next day, yelling about how I'd humiliated his daughter. I told him my dating life was my business. And when he threatened to come over and teach me a lesson, I told him I'd call the cops for trespassing. He hung up. I came home that night to a note on the counter. She'd gone to her parents. The last line was, "We need to talk about the condo." That's when I knew this was never about the clubbing. This was a calculated play. And I realized I needed a lawyer fast. The lawyer I hired was a sharp, no-nonsense guy. I told him everything. He said, "The dating app was petty, but it's not the real issue. She wants out, and she wants a condo. She's building a narrative to make you the villain. The controlling thing was just bait. He explained that since we were joint tenants, the law defaults to a 50-50 split. Even though I paid 80% of the down payment, we could fight it in court with petition action, but it would get nasty. And it did. A few days later, I was served with an application for a temporary restraining order. She lied, under oath, claiming I was aggressive and that she was in fear for her safety. The goal was to have a judge legally kick me out of my own home. My lawyer said it was a dirty, common tactic. We had a court date in a week. That week was torture. I felt like a criminal in my own house. But then I remembered we had an old iPad gathering dust. On a whim, I charged it up. Her iMessage was still logged in. And I found everything. She wasn't just going out with her friends. She was meeting her ex-boyfriend. They had been for months. I scrolled through a long, detailed plan they had cooked up. She was going to intentionally provoke me into being the controlling bad guy. The goal was to either make me leave in a huff, abandoning the condo to her, or build this fake abuse case to have me legally removed. Then she and the ex would move in. One text from her sealed it. He's so predictable. A little push and he'll snap. His money paid for place. My plan will make it ours. The rage was real, but so was the relief. I had proof. I screenshotted everything, sent it to my lawyer, and then went and bought 2 small security cameras with audio. I placed them in the living room and kitchen, common areas of our shared property. I had to protect myself. At the TRO hearing, she got on the stand and put on an Oscar-worthy performance, complete with tears about how scared she was of me. When it was our turn, my lawyer didn't even bother to cross-examine her. He just told the judge, "Your Honor, the petitioner has committed perjury to gain an advantage in a property dispute. We have evidence." He submitted the binder of her text messages. The judge started reading. You could literally watch the color drain from my ex's face. After a few minutes, the judge looked up, stared right at her, and said, "This court does not appreciate being used as a pawn in a real estate scheme. Your request is denied. I am also referring this matter to the district attorney's office for a potential perjury investigation." She bolted from the courtroom. It was a total victory. But I wasn't finished. The next day, we filed a petition action to force the sale of the condo, along with a separate civil suit for fraud. We asked for 100% of the proceeds, plus damages and legal fees. Her family went nuts. Her dad left threatening voicemails. Her mom called me crying, trying to guilt me. My ex texted, alternating between threats and begging me to just accept a 50-50 split. The final nail in her coffin came from my security camera. She came to the condo with her ex-boyfriend to get her stuff, thinking I was at work. The camera in the living room caught the whole thing. "I can't believe this backfired so badly. He was supposed to be a weak little nerd who would just roll over. Him, don't worry, babe. Once we get this place, it'll all be worth it." Then he spotted the camera. The look of pure panic on their faces was incredible. I sent that clip to my lawyer, who forwarded it to hers. The settlement talks started immediately. They had no leverage. We demanded everything. The final agreement was that the condo would be sold. From the proceeds, my entire 80% down payment was returned to me first. Then, all the mortgage payments I'd made alone were reimbursed. Then my legal fees were paid. After all that, and after commissions and closing costs, her initial $40,000 investment had dwindled down to just $1,742. The DA charged her with perjury, and she pleaded it down to a misdemeanor with a big fine and a year of probation. The last time I saw her was at the closing. She was there with her dad. She wouldn't look at me until the very end. "I hope you're happy," she hissed. "You destroyed my life over a stupid fight." I looked right back at her. "No, you tried to steal my home because you thought I was a pushover. You lied to a judge. The only thing I destroyed was your plan." She didn't have a comeback for that. I walked out of there with my money and my life back. Some people are just variables you need to remove from the equation. If you enjoy stories about taking out the trash and getting your security deposit back, you know what to do. Subscribe.